Book 101 of 2019 was The Child by Sebastian Fitzek. So this was the second book of Sebastian Fitzek that I'd bought on Audible, and I'd bought it not realising that he'd written both of them, because this is something that I didn't mention on the previous book of his that I'd reviewed. The production of the book on Audible is very, very good. There's lots of, it's gone are the days where they just read out the book. Now it's actually produced and there's different voices and there's like noise effects and stuff like that, sound effects. So it's a really good audio, so it's worth buying just for that reason, really. But essentially this one is another psychological thriller. It's about a 10-year-old boy, Simon, who is terminally ill, and he seeks out a defence lawyer called Robert Stern, using his nurse Karina, and his nurse Karina wants to do it as he's about to die anyway, so she wants to kind of pacify him, if you will. And so she knows Robert and they kind of all connect together, and that's how the characters are connected. But essentially this boy thinks that he's a serial killer, and the reason why he's seeking out the lawyer, and the reason why he thinks that he's a serial killer is because he knows where he hid a body that was killed 15 years ago. So he assumes that in a past life he did the killing. And they go and they find the body and it's all true. And he remembers other murders and he basically says where they are, and they find the bodies as well. So it's all really like strange. The book itself has got really great twists. Like some of the things that happen, I was like, oh, as if that's just happened. So I was like, wow. Really kind of wanted to carry on listening to it, but it had a really, really rubbish ending, like a really, really rubbish ending. And I was kind of like, oh, it was so good throughout, and then it just flopped. So I would suggest buying it to listen to it, because it does make you want to read it, but it's not going to be amazing when it finishes. So that's just a kind of warning for you. But yeah, I would recommend reading it. It was interesting. And like I said, the twists were great. So I would read it for that reason.